Going back on the record, the time is 1:18 p.m.
Have you ever heard of the website LuLaRoeCustom.com?
No.
It's okay.
We don't need it right now, so that's okay. What number is this? 111. So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 111, which is base numbered LLR-WA00005706, and is email from LuLaRoe, Where Fashion Meets Comfort, to Deanne, dated August 14th, 2015. Have you seen this email before?
Probably not.
It looks like the 2 is to Deanne. That's you?
I don't read my emails.
Okay. So this is an email. The subject is LuLaRoe updated Dare to Dream tour dates. Is Dare to Dream one of the in-person tours that we were talking about
Yes.
earlier today? Okay. And if you turn to the second page, there's a list of dates there. Actually, I want you to be on the first page. The list of dates starts on the first page, and the first date says September 2nd, Seattle, Washington. Do you see that?
Yes.
Was there a in-person event on September 2nd, 2015 in Seattle? To your recollection?
There probably was.
Did you attend it?
I would have to go back and see, but most likely, yes.
So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 112, which is an email base numbered LLR-WA00013100 from the Lula Pops to a variety of people, including Deanne at LuLaRoe, dated September 9th, 2015. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. And there it looks like someone named Kelsey Lindhall is emailing and says, "Hi there, I talked with Deanne in Seattle last week." Do you see that?
Yes.
Who is Kelsey Lindhall?
I don't know.
And she's talking about talking with you in Seattle last week, and this is September 9th, 2015. Would that confirm in your mind that you were probably at that Seattle event?
Probably. I talked to, at these events, there were hundreds. I mean, they were pretty big. Back in 2015, I mean, like more than 100 people. So I know I talked to a lot of people.
So these events, like the one on September 2nd, 2015, would have hundreds of retailers or prospective retailers at them?
Yes.
Do you recall what programs there were at the Dare to Dream tour?
No.
Would it be similar to what we talked about, the in-person tours, when we talked about them earlier today?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 113, which is an email base numbered LLR-WA00006054 from LuLaRoe, Where Fashion Meets Comfort, to Deanne. The subject is LuLaRoe Weekly Home Office Update Notes, April 12th, 2016. Have you seen this before?
No.
It says weekly home office update notes. Are you familiar with a weekly home office update email?
No. Not back in 2015. I'm sure we were doing things.
I'm sorry?
I'm sure they were sending out information.
If you look at the bottom, it says Deanne, founder and president, and then has a message that continues on to the second page. Is that a message from you?
I would not have written it, but it's a message from me.
So someone else may have written it, but it was coming from you.
Most definitely.
Okay. Earlier you said that people
They
could
do.
bring,
Yes, yes.
so just to make sure the record's clear, that they could bring prospective retailers to the in-person events.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who these weekly home office update emails went to?
No, I'm assuming it went to the retailers that were already signed up.
All retailers?
Yes.
Looking onto the next page that ends in Bates number 6056, it looks like there's a list of 2016 Inspire training tour dates. Is that the 2016 in-person training tour?
Yes.
Okay. And it looks like there, the third line down is Seattle, Washington, March 30th, 2016. Do you recall that?
I'm sure it's on here. I don't recall it exactly. Looks like a lot of dates.
Did you attend the one in Seattle?
I don't recall, but I probably did.
Okay.
I still try to attend all of them that they have.
So in your message where you referred to we are now seeing between 200 to 500 people coming to learn with us, that 200 to 500 would include that Seattle March 30th, 2016 event?
Probably.
When you attended the in-person tour events, would you stay the entire day?
Not on these. We tried something new, as you can see. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at this. Boise, Seattle, Portland. We did these quick tours, and we'd go for half a day. And then we'd travel to the next location, go to the next one, half a day training, leave, and travel to the next one, so that we could get more visitations with the retailers. We don't do that now. We spend the whole day now. We used to, in the beginning, spend the whole day, and then we decided to try something different. Mm-hmm. It was too much.
A lot of travel.
A lot of travel. Oh my gosh. I was worn out.
When you were doing these where you would stay a half a day, would the training still be a full day? You would just attend half of it?
Mm-hmm.
And you are saying we. Who's the we that you were attending these with?
Whoever came with me, sometimes it was various home office people.
Would Mark attend?
No,
Would anyone else in the family attend?
I can't recall exactly who did.
Would Jordan attend?
Maybe,
What about Kenny?
yes. Christian, Art, I mean, there's a lot of people in the home office that come to show support. We've had our accountant go, we've had other home office people.
You can put that one down. So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 114, which is an email Bates numbered LLR-WA 001 000-13504 from Kenny Brady. It looks like to a concierge asking to print an attachment. And so I'm going to ask you to look at the second page, which is titled Seattle WA Inspire Tour Agenda. Have you seen this before?
No.
Does it look like consistent with your recollection of what the agenda would have been for the Inspire Tour?
Yes.
Looking at the first line, it says, welcome, expectations, and recognition, Sam. Do you know what that refers to?
Sam would get up and dance around and get everybody else dancing, and I don't know exactly what he did. I just know that he would just get up and be enthusiastic.
Sort of pump up the crowd?
Yep.
Who is Sam?
Sam is Sam Schultz, and he's my nephew.
And what's his role with the company?
None.
None? Is he not an employee?
No.
But he would attend the tours.
He did at this period.
And why did he attend the tours?
Because he was in charge of being the hype man. And he was single at the time, and it was a lot easier for him to be able to travel.
Then it has a list of bullet points, and it lists host leaders. Do you know what that refers to?
Where does it say list host? Oh, host leaders.
Yeah.
I was looking for list.
Oh.
Those were probably the girls that were in charge of that event. Inviting, reaching out, making sure that people knew where it was. If there were any questions, they could reach out to those people.
Are those retailers or are they?
Yes.
Okay, they're retailers. So were they then local retailers?
I don't know exactly where these girls live, so I don't know, but I'm assuming. Oh, sorry.
The next line is traveling coach. It says Danielle Russell and Lindsay Wheeler. What does that refer to?
They said, hey, we want to go to the other events. Can we follow around and be there with our people? I said, sure. So they wanted, like, whoever was, like, if Sam was introducing, he just needed to know, hey, we'd like to welcome Danielle Russell and Lindsay Wheeler, who are here. Love on them, too, because they're here to show support.
So they were essentially introduced at the beginning by Sam.
I don't know.
Yeah. The next line at 9:10 says paper, rock, scissors, Justin, Kenny. Do you know what that refers to?
They did a big paper, rock, scissors, and it was kind of to get the crowd up and moving and get them out of their seats. And then we would then have them go move seats. Okay, everybody go find another place to sit.
Sort of an icebreaker.
It was, yep.
Is that Justin Lyons and Kenny
Yes.
Brady? Okay. Then the next line, it says Lisa and Tori video. Do you know what that refers to?
Yes.
What is that?
There's a video that we did on their stories.
And so that was played for the audience?
Yes.
Okay. And then the next line, 9:35, says Deanne's story. Deanne, what does that refer to?
That means me telling the LuLaRoe story. How did I get started? How did I find little girls' dresses at a swap meet? How did I make a maxi skirt for my daughter? And how it grew from there.
The next line, 110, says Dream Circles Kenny. What does that refer to?
So they put great big Post-it notes all over the room, and we just said, you know, why are you doing LuLaRoe? We want to know, what is it that you are wanting to do this? And you could see, I want to bring my mom and dad home. I want to be able to spend more time with my kids. I would like to take my kids on a trip to the beach. I would like, you know, things like that.
So each retailer would write on the Post-it notes and then they would be put on the wall?
Yes.
And why is it, what's the circle in that?
So in Simon Sinek, he wrote a book on Leaders Eat Last, and he talks about you're going to make me explain it, and I don't even know how to explain it. There's a circle, and then there's an inner circle, and then it's like your deepest concerns, like all your stresses and everything, the bills, trying to buy groceries are in the inner circle. The outside circle is this outside, and it's like, I want to take my kids on a trip to Disney or something. So then there's an arrow that says, what are you going to do to get from here to here? It's a form of goal setting.
Okay. And Kenny, that's Kenny Brady?
I think I did that well. I never explained that before. Sorry. Kenny was in charge of that because he's full of a lot of enthusiasm.
Okay. Then a 10:30 announcement and updates.
Could be, hey, we're all going to go get lunch, or hey, we've scheduled coffee time. If anybody wants to join us, it'll be at my house. Bring the kids to play, you know, girl time to figure out how to what can we do to help you. Lots of training for them to not feel like they're alone.
The next line, 10:40, says, why, Justin? Do you know what that refers
Okay,
to?
yes, in Simon Sinek's book, he also wrote a book called Start With Your Why. And he quotes in there, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. And he talks about, there's a video that shares about Simon Sinek, and he says about how come HP computers didn't grow as fast at the time they were introduced along with Apple. And he talks about Steve Jobs, and they were talking about like, anyway, it's basically they show a video from Simon Sinek, and it's on YouTube, and it's Start With Your Why. And he tells about it. Why are some companies more successful than others? And it just gives people permission to start thinking, what is it? Why am I doing this? Because if you don't know your why, it's like, oh, this is like overwhelming, and I'm not, you know. Believe me, there were days when I didn't want to get up and do any of it. And I went, nope, gotta go.
Okay, so the next line, 11:20, traveling coach, and it says Danielle and Lindsay again. What does that refer to?
I mean, it's not very much time, but I think they got into groups, and they shared what they do, and then they got into groups and helped people. So it looks like it was only 40 minutes. And they talked to them. The Q Club, I don't know what that is. I mean, it could be a minute saying, who's here that's brand new? We'd like to welcome you if you have any questions. But I don't think we ever separated them or anything. It was just more of letting us know that they're there so that in case people do have questions. You know, you kind of know when they go, okay, now how do I sell something? You're like, oh my gosh, you must be really new at this. You got to help them.
We talked about earlier, that would refer to people who were in. Oh, sorry. That would refer to people who are in the queue in the waiting period.
Yes, waiting.
Okay.
There were a lot of people that wanted to start, and we just did not. You know, we kept it limited. We didn't just. It would have been really easy to take all that money, and we're like, no, you have to know that you really want to do this.
The next line is at 12:10, 72-hour game plan, Kenny. Do you know what that refers to?
So, you know, in the very beginning, we just did not know what do we do to help people, what's our plan, and, you know, it's like if you can count to 4, or Zig Ziglar and all this other stuff, and there was a guy who wrote a game plan that said, you know, find 10 people, get your list together, you know, it's a plan of action. So, like what to do in the first 72 hours of your business. And people need direction. So it's like, okay, here's some 1, 2, 3, 4s about what you can do and who to talk to, and, you know, and then the fourth one is repeat 1, 2, 3, and 4.
At 12:40, it says Q&A. Do you recall who that Q&A would have been with?
Usually it's with maybe just me and some of the people that were like Danielle and Lindsay Wheeler, and probably Jennifer Grulke, Hannah Irvin, and Haley Miner would get up, and they could answer questions.
And then the final thing on the agenda says, if you can count to 4, Deanne. What is that?
So I found a book that was dated in 1957 from a guy who wrote the book called If You Can Count to 4, and it was really how I started. Basically, it's just decide what you're going to do. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. I mean, be confirm in what you're going to do and set a goal and dream about it. Then visualize what you're going to do and then put it into effect to make it happen. You can't just sit around and assume it's going to be successful. That's it. And it was very specific actions.
You could put that one aside. And we're going to go to 62 from yesterday.
leave them there. Oh, that's
62,
Okay.
which for the record is, it's numbered LLR-WA 000-14907. And this is an email from Kenny Brady to Jordan Brady, attaching Seattle Fall to Inspire Tour agenda. Do you recall that there was a second Inspire Tour location in Seattle in September of that same year?
No.
Would you have attended that one?
Yes.
Looking at the agenda, it looks like you are on the agenda at 9:20. What is this business and how it was created? So that,
My story.
okay. Why would there have been a second location in Seattle in the same year?
I am sure they called and said, please, please come on back up. We want to have you. We missed it. And we've got people that didn't get to hear your story. So we are there to encourage and lift and support.
Looking at the agenda for this event, you said that the 9:20, what is this business and how it was created, would be your story.
Yes.
At 10:40, it says visiting leaders ? Do you know what that refers to?
That means anybody that was visiting, they could get up or and talk and share. Maybe they shared their why. Like, why do they do this? I have no idea. I'd have to go back and talk to people.
And then at 11:20, it says cruise video. Kenny, do you know what that refers to?
So, when's the date? The 16th? So I think our first cruise video, I think, was back in 14. So it would just be a recap of videos in the past of, to inspire them to want to cruise qualify.
So videos of
Yeah, just to
videos of
hey.
pictures taken on the cruise?
Yes, from the year before.
And a couple of lines down, it says book pop-ups, 2,500, 100 Carly's. Do you know what that refers
I have no idea what that means. I don't even know.
to? Going a little bit further down at 12:50, it just says Deanne. Do you know what that refers to?
Well, it says open time Q&A. Would have started, and then I would have just closed it up before I had to leave and run out the door. So I didn't do anything to do with these. Amy Ekstrom, visiting leader, they just took over. Mike and Peggy Gifford, whoever was there, were the visiting people there to teach and share.
So you think you would have left at lunchtime after that 12:50?
I would have left
slot?
right after lunch.
Okay. Okay, you can put that one. Sorry. Get my next folder. Thanks. So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 115, which is Bates number WA-AG-005781. And this is a screen capture from Instagram, and it looks like the account is Deanne LuLaRoe. Is that your Instagram
That's me.
account? Okay. And here you've posted at the Be On Purpose tour here in Seattle with over 900 attendees, so in tune with learning how to grow their businesses. Did you post that?
Yes.
And it looks like it's hard to read on the bottom, but it looks like it's posted in November 15th, 2017. Does that sound right about when you were in Seattle for
I
the
don't-
Be On Purpose event?
I don't know. I mean, I probably.
And the Be On Purpose event in Seattle had over 900 attendees. And were those 900 attendees retailers
Yes,
and prospective retailers?
possibly.
And then it says, thank you at LuLaRoe, Megan Parker, who is sharing success tips. She is so good at this. Hashtag LuLaRoe. Hashtag LuLaRoe Beyond Purpose Tour 2017. Who is LuLaRoe Megan Parker?
She was a retailer of ours.
Is she no longer a retailer?
No.
Do you recall what rank she was?
Mentor?
And what was she sharing?
I have no idea. She and her husband had put together, I remember, they had put together a list of ways to talk to people. You know, where could they talk to people? How could you go talk to people? And I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was brilliant, in fact.
Is that what she was presenting on?
She was, yeah. Yes.
What were some of the ways?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you unless I had a closer, I mean, I don't know. But I do remember they were talking, you know, various ways.
Down at the bottom, it says, towards the bottom, it says 7,490 views. Do you know what that refers to?
Jackson Lecker
No.
Foundation.
Maybe they watched the video. I'm pretty impressed. I didn't know I had that many people interested in what I posted. I don't pay much attention to that.
So you're now being handed what's been marked as Exhibit 116, which is base numbered WA-AG-005782, which is another screenshot from your Instagram account, it looks like. Is that correct?
Yes.
And it looks like this is the same day. It's hard to read, November 15th, 2017. And you posted, your message says, these two at LuLaRoe, Jamie Bagley at LuLaRoe, Danielle Melia, sharing how to be better at photos and social media posts. They're such great leaders. Did you write that?
Yes.
Who is Jamie Bagley?
She's a retailer.
Retailer? Is she still a retailer?
Yes.
And do you know what rank she was at the time?
No.
Do you know what rank she is now?
Mentor. She's not qualifying.
What does that mean?
Well, she's a single girl. Lost her dog. It's hard for her. It's hard for people to, when you're going through a tragedy.
So what does not qualifying mean?
Well, I mean, she's a mentor.
I mean, you said she's not qualifying. What does that mean?
Meaning that she works her business, but she works it the way she wants it to be.
Does it mean she's not qualifying for
I,
a mentor bonus?
Yeah, probably.
But she achieved the rank of mentor previously, so she is still at the rank of the title of mentor.
Yes.
Okay.
Once they hit it, they always stay where they're at.
Even if they no longer qualify by having the right number of people in their downline. Okay. And then Danielle Amelia, who is that?
Retailer at the time. She's no longer with us.
And do you recall what her rank was?
I don't.
And you posted that they are sharing how to be better at photos and social media posts. Do you recall what they were sharing?
Yes.
What were they sharing?
So there was a camera on Instagram, a camera, and they would go went out into the hallway, and they showed how you could change an outfit from one way to another to go look more dressy and look more casual, and it was really fun because we were all in the room, and somebody else had a camera on their cell phone, and they were showing, see, this is how it is standing on the stairs. But look at, if you look differently and you change the lighting, you turn around here, this is a different look. And it was really cute. It was really fun.
Okay, you can put that one aside. been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 117, which is an email dated LLR-WA 000380039 from Deanne to Mandy Asher, dated February 20th, 2017. Have you seen this email before?
Mm-mm.
Does it look familiar to you?
Mm-mm.
The from Deanne, that's you?
Yes.
And it looks like you received an email from Mandy Asher and then responded to it. Who is Mandy Asher?
I don't know.
Is she a retailer?
She could be. But it says it right there, LuLaRoe Mandy Asher.
Yeah.
Or Mandy Rose at Gmail, so yes.
Okay. And it looks like she is, she says, I'm hosting a Super Saturday this Saturday here in Spokane. You had mentioned possibly being able to Zoom call in for a short message if it fit into your schedule. And then you reply, yes, please text me to remind me. Do you recall whether you called into that Super
I
Saturday?
receive a lot of messages. So I'm sure I was on that. I don't know exactly, but I talked to a lot of people.
Okay, you can put that aside. So you've been handed what's been marked as Exhibit 118, which is Bates numbered LLR-WA 000-42670. And it looks like another text chat from your phone, this time with Julia, Ashley, and Lindsay. Do you recognize this?
Mm-hmm.
And here you messaged, it's just a single message to Julia, Ashley, and Lindsay. Who is Julia here?
She is Julia. She just got married. Landry.
And she's a retailer?
A retailer, yes.
And what
She
was her
happened
rank?
to go up, I don't know. She could have been. She was great at styling. But she had come to me and asked, what do? I want to build my team. I want to be someone that can lift and inspire other people.
And then the second person, Ashley, who is that?
Her name is Ashley Lautaha. She's a retailer
She's a mentor.
now, yeah.
And then Lindsay Wheeler is also a retailer?
Yes.
And also a mentor?
Yes.
Okay.
They don't get anything for signing people up. But we are always encouraging retailers to get out there and share why they love LuLaRoe.
What do you mean they don't get anything for signing people up?
Well, there's no bonus for signing people up. There's no sign and dine. They have to train people and get them started. You asked me if there's a fee, or do the retailers get something for signing up people? No, they don't.
But they do get bonuses based on their downline.
Their sales. The work that they do to help alongside their people.
Okay, we can put that aside. Have you ever asked retailers at a LuLaRoe event to tell the audience how much money they've made through LuLaRoe?
Yes.
Is that something you do often?
Nope.
When you've done it, why did you do it?
They wanted to share how much their sales were. So they could see what they were, how hard they were working.
Have you ever told people at LuLaRoe events how much retailers are making?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna want to play something, so I probably need to go off the record really quickly just to reset up her screen.
Off the record, the time is 1:56 p.m.